Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to everyone. My name Muhammad Hafizul bin Muhammad Saleh. Today I will present about risk, safety and accident. Type of accident. First of all, we must know the definition of the risk, safety and accident. All of these definition are pictures. Safety and risk are essentially subjective and depend on many factors. So first one, for risk, from the American Heritage Dictionary, define risk as the possibility of suffering harm or loss. The second one, the definition of risk is any work which might lead to harm us and is not considered safe, can be understood. The third one, the definition of risk is a risk is the potential that something unwanted and harmful may occur. So we go to the second one, the definition of safety, also from the American Heritage Dictionary, define safety as freedoms from damage, injury, or risk. The second one, the definition of safety, is according to William W. Lawrence, safety was defined as a thing is safe if its risk judged to be acceptable. So the last one, for the definition of accident, the definition of an accident provided by Heinrich, an accident as an unplanned and uncontrolled event in which the action or reaction of the object, substance, person or relation result in personal injury or the probability thereof. So these are the one quote of the risk, safety and accident. You can keep guarding yourself with safety precaution, but accident will still happen. With any luck, your safety measure will help you to minimize your injuries. So we go to the main slide. Uh, this is the type of accidents. Accidents can be grouped into the three types. The first one is procedural, the second one is engineered, the third one is systemic. So the first one, procedural in accident, are perhaps the most common and are the result of someone making a bad choice or not following established procedure. So the second one, the engineering accident, are caused by the flaws in the design. These are failure of material, devices that don't perform as expected, or devices that don't perform well under all circumstances accounted. So the last one, the systemic accident, are harder to understand and harder to control. They are characteristic of very complex technologies and the complex organization that are required to operate them. So this is the example for the procedural in accident. In the airline industry, procedural accidents are frequently labeled as the pilot error. These are accidents caused by the misreading of an important gauge, flying when the weather should have dictated otherwise, or failure to follow regulation and procedures. In the airlines industry, this type of error is not restricted to the pilot. It can also be committed by air traffic controllers and maintenance personnel. Engineer must also guard against procedural problems that can lead to accident. This problem can include failure to adequately examine drawing before signing off on them, failure to following design rules, or failure to design according to accepted engineering practice. Procedural accidents are fairly well understood and are amenable to solution through increased training, more supervision, new laws or regulation, or close scrutiny be regulated. So this is the example of the engineered accident. Microcracks sometimes develop in turbine blade in aircraft engine. When this crack becomes severe enough, the blade can fail and break apart. Sometimes that has result in the penetration of the cabin by material fragment causing injury to passenger. Engineered failure should be anticipated in the design stage and should be caught and corrected during testing. However, it is always possible to anticipate every condition that will be encountered, and sometimes testing doesn't occur over the entire range of the possible operating condition. This type of accident can be understood and alleviated as more knowledge is gained through testing and actual experience in the field. So the last one is example for systemic accident. A perfect example of this phenomenon is the airline industry. Modern aircraft are very complicated systems. Running them properly require the work of many individuals, including baggage handlers, mechanics, flight attendants, pilots, government regulator and inspectors, and air traffic controller. At many stages in the operation of an airline, there are chance for mistakes to occur, some with serious consequence. Often, a single minor mistake is not significant, but a series of minor mistakes can add up to a disaster. So the conclusion is it is important for the engineer to understand the complexity of an system that he is working on and to attempt to be creative in determine how things can be designed to avoid as many mistakes by people using the technologies as possible. As designer, engineers are also partially responsible for generating owner manual and procedure for the use of the device they design. Although an engineer has no way of ensuring that the procedure will be followed, it is important that he be true and careful in establishing this procedure. So this is the sample of the final exam that the question will ask you about the definition of the risk, safety, or accidents, and then the question will ask you about type of accident and how this accident can be avoided. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.